delay that with your hydras and roaches, it's putting you in too much risk, in my opinion. If you had the creep all the way up into that base, then absolutely you can get away safely from most things. But as it is, I would recommend the speedlings as an option.
Okay, I love that you're bringing up speedlings. That's something we actually talked about quite a bit with Rhett.
Good.
Because a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I was going, all right, I'm Zerg, I'm playing Protoss, I'm just gonna make roaches, and that's it. That's my game plan. And Rhett kind of yelled at us for that, and you're reinforcing that. So I love that I'm hearing that from both sides of the aisle.
Good.
I guess now the best thing we could probably do is jump in a game. How do you want to do this? Do you have folks that we can bring in, or should I start yelling at some of my friends?
Well, I was just looking. I always try to bring in someone who's at least as good as you, but hopefully better.
Yep.
I had the perfect guy, and he actually just logged off, like as I was typing out my message to him. So let me check real quick, because we want like a 2,900, 3,000 point Protoss, is my opinion, right? Is that,
It sounds about right.
aren't you like 2,800, 2,900?
I was at 3,100 when I hit Master League.
There you go. So sorry. I underestimated
It's
you.
okay. It's okay. It's just inflation.
Yeah. Okay. Nope. Let's see. I mean, if you got somebody, that'd be great. I'm looking at. I don't think I have anybody. Otherwise, we can just use me.
All right, I might have somebody. And I'm gonna
It's hard
put
with
out one more
You got somebody?
request. I'm
Okay.
sure that I'll have someone here in a few minutes. And as these messages go out, we will just, I guess we could probably set up a game, and if nobody gets back to me in the next 30 seconds, we can just run it with the big
Let me
boss.
message one guy. Yep.
Yeah, I've got somebody, I think.
I got somebody. We can go with either one. This guy's pretty good.
Yours is probably going to be a little stronger than mine.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine with me. The stronger the better.
Yeah, that's what I think.
The idea here is for me to get my ass kicked, and then for you to tell us why.
Or you to come down to the last pylon. Still blown away by that.
Well, someday, man.
It's gonna happen. I guarantee
Someday.
it. So let me just message him real quick.
All right.
Okay, cool. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let me just make sure he's good to go. So he's part of Lazarus Gaming.
LG Shoe. So, all right. I have to bring down Lazarus Gaming. That's the goal for today.
He is a good friend of mine. He was at the he was actually at the only Gosu camp we've ran so far, and he's trains with Machine on a regular basis.
Nice.
So one of the things I'm going to be on you about today, and again, I really feel like when you watch a player like a Morrow, when you watch a player a little less so like an Idra, but I think Morrow's a good example because he's relatively new to Zerg. Obviously, he's been doing it for a couple months, so it's hard to call him new, but one of the things he sat down and locked into is creep spread, and I think that's absolutely huge, and especially when we are emphasizing Stargate play, the speed and mobility and vision of creep is actually never more paramount than it is now. If you see 5 Void Rays crossing the map, heading over towards an expansion, if you don't see that, it's already dead. If you do see it, that's a game turner. You can catch those suckers and bust them. And that's a huge portion of their army. And obviously that's a specific scenario, but in general, it's just so important to have that creep.
Okay.
So we're going to be talking about creep and angles. Metalopolis is a hard map, but unfortunately for right now, it's like the biggest map we can host. I guess we could do Shakira's, but I'm weary of that because some tournaments use it and some don't.
Yeah, that's okay.
And it's not on the ladder. Actually, I heard it's back on the ladder, is it?
No. It was supposed to be,
Damn
or
it.
I think it was on. So you kind of implied that we might be close, and then this fast probe's going to confirm it. Which makes me want to cry inside. So normally in these positions I might try to play a little bit more of a, not super solid macro style, but I'm going to try to suck it up and make it happen.
Yeah.
For the purpose of learning.
Very good. Yeah, like a Hydra push in this position is quite good. In fact, don't restrict yourself. Pretend this is a ladder game. I mean, if you normally like 7 pool here, then obviously please skip that out as you have, but if you do some kind of aggression, I'm fine with that. Close space positions, don't hinder yourself to something you wouldn't do. If you got this in a tournament in GSL, I would not fault you for doing some kind of aggressive opening.
Yeah.
But you need to react to what you see. So one of the things you want to take note of first is his probe keeps kind of going between the two. Now that either means he's blocking the expansion spot, or in this case, as you're looking here, he could be up to some no good. Now one thing to note is that the blocking of ramps is now completely different. They did change that. It does now take 3 buildings to block. Oh, interesting.
I don't
Did
know
Rhett
if
talk
it's in
about
range
this?
of that cannon or not. No.
It's definitely in range.
I'm just being cute. But
Yeah, it's going to get...
I don't want him to be able to get his Nexus up before I can put my hatchery down.
I will tell you that in the future that's probably absolutely not worth it.
Yeah.
Protoss sees that, he'll just throw down the gateway, he'll make a couple extra probes, and it delays his Nexus by a few seconds. What would be cool is if you're doing like a timing, like if you had your Lings there, so that when it does pop, the Broodlings and the Lings kill it. So you just missed that window. If you want to do something like that in the future, that'd be like top play of the year type of
Pretty
material.
sweet.
But
Alright, so I'll put that in the bag.
yep. And one thing I like, and here it is, so maximizing your Lings, these are Cat's Lings. I don't think Katz is necessarily the greatest player in the world, but he's pretty damn good, and one thing he does fantastically is he uses his Lings to the fullest. And I like this. Don't lose them, though. Yep, and then pull back, they'll heal, and keep forcing him to build cannons there and stuff, or at least mining time. That's really good. But watch it, your Lings are like one-hit wonders here. And they're... don't lose it, please don't die. Okay, now hold on. Okay, you probably should have taken your gas by now. That's why you're a little bit mineral heavy. And there's a probe in your base that the queen probably should be off, courting. Good. Really like this. Now you know a stalker is going to be out here pretty soon, so if you have any visions for these Lings, and if he builds like that, hit it immediately, because you can oftentimes kill it before it cancels. No, just missed it. One thing I really like so far is your Overlord placement. Probably put that one at his back line a little bit closer. You're building 2 Roach Warrens.
Double upgrades, man.
Yeah, some people used to do the double Hydra Hydroden of old in Brood War.
That was a Mondragon thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
I always liked watching him play.
Now keep that spread going. Good. Another thing to note too, and this is less for your benefit, more for the uber noobs at home. Also, you want to occupy that second gas. We're at the third. Is early on you can't really use 3, 4, 5 injections or whatever, so it's good to get 2 or 3 tumors down, closer to 3, while you're setting up your economy. And the earlier you get them down, obviously, the more they're able to spread as well. So they're just like sentries, conversely, for Protoss, in the sense that the longer they're on the field, the more they can do. Same is true with creep tumors.
We require more minerals.
And I love the third queen. I'm a huge proponent of that. Ooh, new burrow icon. Okay. So glad they did that.
So it was a necessary change.
Now, what I also want you to be doing too is, like, right now, you have no idea what he's going.
Yeah, I need to get a couple lings out, you're right.
So you probably should add a couple lings, at least occupying the towers or making sure he's not, which is equally important. Then also, like, a sack Ovi that went at the back mineral line going up through his base would be good.
I'm just morphing that Overseer in the back.
That's good too. Usually you want Overlord speed though. If you face a Zerg with any kind of line, they'll just run it down each time you go in there. And then look what your creep shows you. Boom. Void Ray. You got to get your queens on it ASAP. It's not charged up. This is not a danger at all. But that is revealing. And there you go. You can see. Okay, several warp gates. A robo just now being made. Fantastic information. Another Void Ray coming out. So that's good information. So now you go like Hydra Den. But here's that part about not overreacting. 3, maybe 4 queens is all you need right now, even for 2 Void Rays. Just good transfusions.
Oh, damn it.
And target fire is all you need. Ah, and this is that fabulous Overlord placement. Or flabulous, as it were. Cannot let that go up.
Yeah.
You gotta
with my roaches
get your roaches over there right away. One thing to note, though, with these Void Rays, is they are going to punish you for that. So you're going to kind of have to rely on speed. And there's that creep showing you again. There's the Void Rays. Let's get the Hydras in the range. I love your third timing. I was just going to remind you to do that. Good. Here he is. Focus fire. That's the important part. Every time you see him, it's got to be focused down. Now, don't lose sight of your drone saturation. So, like right now, these Voiders are out on the map, not because it's his army he's attacking with or something like that. Okay, so that's got to get canceled. There's no way you're saving that. Cancel it pretty much instantly. And then with this army, you can actually take that high ground expansion between the two of you.
You know, that many Void Rays, I really feel like I can probably punish him and go attack. What do you think?
Sure, whatever you want. Focus down on these guys. Don't let them charge up. If they're not charged up, they're very easily handled. And then I'd borrow lings at these expansions and grab both the towers. Now you're going to need a creep highway between the two of you if you're going to do anything of aggressive sorts.
Macro's starting to slip a bit because I didn't get that expo.
Yep. You've got larva unused and hatcheries uninjected, so you're being a little bit too active with the queens.
Did I lose queen?
Here he comes.
That's gonna not help my money situation.
I don't know how you lost the queens. I don't see them, though. It's interesting. I don't know where you sent them.
I have no idea either.
His Warriors have kills, but they must have been off creep and just at a terrible angle or something. Okay, and guess what your Overlord sees? Additional pylons being put at that base spot. I like the high yield expansion. I like that you have scouted out that high ground. Now here's that critical mass we're talking about. He's still just on Void Rays. But what's big here is you need to get your creep spread going. It's got to be everywhere. I like the third queen being made again. You want to transfer over drones to that high yield immediately. And then pull that army back right away. It cannot dilly-dally. It is all the way across the map. It's off creep, so it's quite slow. And here he comes. Cancel that expansion, pull the Hydras. Just one Colossus right now. So that does mark you to throw down the Spire, though.